opportunity because he knows I'm a huge fan
Oh.
of beautiful British women. Billie's been here most of the con, and she's over here. Please go by her booth and say hi to her.
Please, come and see me.
Picture taken on her. She's been terrific. I've been talking to some of the fans, and you're just so good with them.
Oh.
Now, you've been in front of the public eye like most of your life, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose since I was
15?
14, yeah.
Did you guys know that she was a pop star, a huge pop star?
It was a long time ago.
But you had huge hits in Britain, and you went from that and you went to acting. I would have been terrified to be out of my comfort zone like that. Did you just transition just easily, or?
Well, I mean, not that easily. I was quite nervous about it, but it was something that I'd studied as a child and trained in ahead of singing. So it was something I always wanted to do, and always felt much more natural. So I kind of jacked in singing and kind of went gung-ho in my pursuit of working professionally as an actress. I'm glad I did it when I did it, because I think the older you get, the more fearful you become naturally. I mean, that's certainly my experience of life thus far. But I think it was a kind of wild and reckless time, and that benefited everything, really.
All your mistakes.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
And just recently you've been on the stage.
Yeah.
Great Britain.
I did a play called Great Britain in the UK last year, towards the end of last year, and then a play the year before. I've been managing to squeeze in a play here, which I love.
She got huge reviews for the play, by the way, and nominations for. So she's more than Doctor Who, and I think we all know that. The fans are lined up, and I'm kind of in your line of sight.
Yes.
You need to get a look at them there. Since it is fan experience, let's the fans experience. Where should we begin? Right over here.
Good morning.
What's your name?
Gerald,
Hello.
who's your favorite companion in Doctor Who besides yourself?
I mean, ahead of myself, actually. Who do I really love? I mean, I think Karen was great. Yeah, I really loved her, and I loved her with Matt, and I thought that blend was really special. And then I love John Barrowman as well, because he's nuts, and that's kind of that's always needed on set and in drama. So yeah, I think those two are my faves.
What's your name?
Hi, my name is Elizabeth.
Hello.
I was wondering, out of the two doctors that you did work with, who did you prefer working with out of Eccleston and Tennant?
You guys love this question. It's like your favorite thing ever. I think when I worked with David, it was a much more relaxing time because the show had been a success and everyone was feeling really confident, and I think that allowed us to kind of bond and feel very excited and enormously upbeat about the show. So I suppose we had more of a laugh because the first series with Chris, we didn't know what we were doing, we didn't know how good it was going to be, or if people would just hate it, and I think that created lots of anxiety, which meant that we couldn't kind of always thrive as a couple. Do you know what I mean? Not as a couple, you know what I mean.
Chris's doctor was a lot more intense too.
And naturally, yeah. I mean, as a companion, yes, he was my companion.
That's the way I saw it. It was your show. He was just along for it.
As my first doctor, he was he was written that way. He's a lot more, kind of intense and kind of quite blokey, in a kind of alpha male kind of way. Yeah.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Heather.
Hello.
tell us the story of the weirdest or craziest thing that happened while you were filming Doctor Who.
Oh my gosh. I wish I always had like one go-to answer for this, so that it kind of darts around. I mean, to be honest, there wasn't really a day where there wasn't something completely otherworldly, mad or ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? I think the episode where I played Cassandra had its moments of being totally bonkers and laugh out loud, hilarious to the point where we could rarely hold it together. But then Tooth and Claw was like a real sweet spot at the beginning of the second series. It was just back to back, good times and bad behaviour and corpsing and creating kind of havoc. But definitely those two were just wild because we were so thrilled and delirious with kind of excitement, and that kind of made for something a bit nutty,
What's your name?
Ashlyn.
Hello.
So I was just wondering, what was it like going from something so well known to something that was brand new and nobody really knew about it? So,
What do you mean, like from the old episodes?
from going from being a really known pop star
Oh,
to
yeah.
being
Into a series that was launching again. Yeah. It was great actually because it meant that I could go back to the beginning in many ways and like the foundation kind of stages. And also because I was finally doing something I really loved, it was just really great. And also to start kind of going, I'm an actress and I really hope you can get on board with that and not resist this new kind of change. And it was great starting from the bottom again and working your way up and having to prove yourself. Those times are really stressful as in life, aren't they? Just like being right at the bottom, working your way through again. But actually those are the most rewarding times. Because once you get past that, you want that feeling again.
It makes you
feeling
strong.
of working up. Yeah. I hope that answers your question.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Sydney, and I was just
Hello.
wondering if, what was your audition like for Doctor Who, and do you have any tips for auditions?
I really do remember my audition for Doctor Who. I convinced myself that I was ill, which I do quite often when I'm about to audition, so I give myself something mentally to fight against. So, I didn't get it because I was ill, kind of psychosomatic behaviour. And so I thought, I'll treat myself to a chocolate brownie from Cafe Nero downstairs. Nailed that in like seconds. And then was so wired on sugar. Went in and just gave my best interpretation of a 19-year-old girl working in a shop, living on an estate. And sometimes you kind of go, you're really savvy and conscious of what you're doing in an audition room, and sometimes you just throw caution to the wind, and that was an example of that. I just kind of go, I've got nothing to lose, I'm high on sugar, I'm pretending I'm not well, let's see what comes of it. So maybe try that for an audition.
Who needs acting lessons? A good chocolate brownie. What's your name?
Hello, sweetheart.
My name is Declan. I would want to know how much fun was it to be on Doctor Who.
It was really fun. It was so fun. It was more fun than exhaustion, which it was because we shot 11-day fortnights, so that's a lot, and through the night quite often. But we had such an amazing powerhouse behind us with Russell T Davies and Julie Gardner and Phil Collins and who were just, just the most spirited human beings you'll ever meet. So that they made every day, pretty much every day, quite a joy. Yeah.
What's your name?
Oh, look, a coffee.
Not even in the condition.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I've changed from sugar to caffeine.
What's your name?
Oh, look, is that a real dog? Yes, it's moving. Sorry, that's didn't get much sleep last night.
Hi, my name's Sarah.
Hello.
I was wondering how you balance your career as an actress with being a mom.
Badly. I wish I could say that I do it seamlessly, but I don't. It's really hard work. And I don't feel like I can say that I'm one of those women who does it with, you know, ease, you know, kind of stress-free and, you know, kind of power and stuff. I muddle through like a, you know, kind of mess, basically. But, you know, it's really hard, and I'm sure any mother here who works as well, or just a mother at home, because frankly, that's even harder, I think. You know, that's more exhausting than going to work and, you know, doing what you do at work. So, in answer to your question, just badly, and I hope my children forgive me for my absence, and although I will endeavour to try better. I've got to stop coming to these things. I think if my family have lost me to you guys. Although I'm going to try and bring them out on occasion. Now that they're old enough to kind of understand what's going on. Well, the 6-year-old seems to have a better understanding.
I hear all these people shouting your name.
I know, it's weird, isn't it? Because I have to start explaining that to him now.
Mommy's famous, that's why.
Yeah, or just Mummy's in the show, and I just started introducing him to it actually, and it's really hard to explain, you know.
When is the doctor coming up?
I know, or you know, quite often Matt Smith will come round to our house, and he kind of, he's like, he's the doctor, and he's like at our house, and he's just trying to make sense of it slowly. I'm trying to explain to him why I'm being chased down the road by monsters and why it's not real, but to get on side with it. You know what I mean? See what I mean?
Does it scare him?
Huh?
Does it scare him?
It scares him in parts, yeah. He's got this book, I can't remember what it's called, but it's me with monsters and villains. Well, it's all of us actually, but I think in the book's called Monsters and Villains or something. And there's lots of images of me kind of running away from horrible things. And he's always kind of like, you know, he always chooses like 7 o'clock before bed to look at it, and then he's like,
I don't understand you guys.
I don't understand.
My mommy is constantly in danger.
I know, poor thing.
What's your name?
My name is Lizzie, and I loved your version of Much Ado About Nothing, the BBC Shakespeare Retold.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to know how you prepared for like such an iconic role, but in that updated retelling.
I read the book, the original, and I didn't watch anything else because that can really, I think, kind of hinder things, to be honest. Fortunately, we were working with a director who was very good at shooting documentaries and things like that, so his style was naturally quite ad hoc and kind of weird and quite naturalistic, and so I think that really helped create something quite natural, because often those things can be quite staid and mannered, and we love all that as well. You know, we love a good period drama, and we love the kind of beautiful sweeping wide shots, but it's quite nice to have some mad camera chasing some, you know, old literary, you know, heroine around some mad garden in the north of England, you know. So yeah, I'm glad you liked it.
What's your name?
Hi, my name's Daniel.
Hello.
And my question is, how was your personal relationship with the crew? I'm not the crew, the cast after you've left. Like, do you guys ever just call each other like, hey, let's hang out?
Yeah, yeah, we do. I'm very close. I'm very close to Matt, because I've known him for like 10 years. We worked together on his first job, and then we lost contact for a while whilst he was filming Doctor Who, because it just removes you from your life, that show. You know, it's a great show, but you never see anyone when you're making Doctor Who, because it's so demanding, certainly for the Doctor. And so, and I had kids and stuff, and then we met up quite recently again, and now we see each other all the time again. We live like 5 minutes away from one another. You know, he's around our house, and, you know, we all go out. It's lovely. We spent Halloween together. And I speak to David as well. You know, we've both got families now, and so it's harder for us to see each other. I think that just happens naturally, doesn't it?
You know, just hanging out with Matt Smith like you do.
I know, I'm being really blasé about it. I love it.
What's your name?
I'm Christopher.
Hi, Tony.
Out of all of the episodes that you were in, what was your favorite to be in?
I think my favourites, I'm saying this last night, so sorry if I'm repeating myself to anyone. I really love Father's Day. Because I kind of found that more emotionally rewarding as an actor, less kind of running and chasing and screaming and asking why, and actually kind of, it was more domestic, wasn't it? It was more kind of dramatic in that sense. I love doing Tooth and Claw as well, because that was just a romp, you know, mad romp, shooting in a castle in the middle of Wales. It was great, and I loved Doomsday as well, because I don't know, that was like life imitating art, imitating life. I don't know, it felt like it was all really happening. My mad delusional brain. Hello.
What's your name?
I'm Cody.
Hi.
Do you wish you could have recurred your role as Rose in the 50th, or were you happy with the Bad Wolf?
I was happy with the Bad Wolf. I think that was the way to go. I think I've come back as Rose, like what feels like a million times. So to kind of explore something a bit wild, which it was crazy that playing that. I think that was it meant that I could just be a bit unpredictable, and I didn't have to kind of try and remember everything about Rose, which is really stressful. Yeah. Hello.
Hi, I'm Ken. And Billie, you've had an amazing singing career, starting out with your debut album topping the British charts, and then later on went on to go platinum on the song I was jamming out to on the way here today, Honey to the Bee.
It's a classic.
Yes, it is. And I was wondering, what is your favorite of your songs?
I think I would say Honey to the Bee, actually, and also I've had like this really good remix on one of those, which we used to do when we would tour, and yeah, that was awesome. It's loads of kind of lift sequences, and because I love dancing as well, so I mean the ravey versions of my sweet little pop songs were always like such a treat. But Honey to the Bee was my favourite.
There you go. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Kylie, and I was just wondering, what do you know now that you wish you knew before you started acting professionally?
I suppose it would be, you know, I suppose it'd be along the lines of, I don't know, gosh, how am I going to impart this information wisely? Things like having integrity and not feeling like you're never going to get an opportunity unless you kowtow to the powers that be. But, you know, you're always going to do that in life, because that's a passage, a necessary passage, passage of time. It's just the way life is. You know, it's always easy to realise those things in hindsight, and you don't have the confidence to kind of pursue them at that age, so you don't. And then later you go, oh, I wish I'd wish I pursued that. So I think it's, you know, sometimes you just wish you'd had, maybe stuck to your guns on certain things and not let people kind of run you ragged, you know, in terms of work, you know. It can get exhausting.
Trust your instincts.
Trust your instincts. Don't work past a certain time because that's exhausting and then you resent the job you're in. You know, it's all with good intentions at the beginning and then you start turning around and pointing fingers and going, I'm a bit tired and it's your fault. Do you know what I mean? So it's stuff like that, really.
Exactly. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Kirsten, and I was just wondering, being a pop star and an actress, and those jobs are kind of ones that most people say you can't do in life. What would you say to people who are facing people who aren't allowing them to follow their dreams, or what kept you following your dreams while people were telling you that you couldn't?
I would just say nonsense, because it is absolute nonsense that people would ever try and steer you away from doing something you felt was part of your makeup. I think you have to know why you're getting into acting or singing, stuff like that, because on top of the artistry, there is a level of fame, and if you're pursuing it to be famous, your parents should reserve the right to turn around and go, sort it out, because it's a pointless quest, becoming famous, because it will leave you feeling awful if that's the only reason you're in it. But anyone who tries to crush your dreams, you just got, I mean, with reason, cut them out. I mean, unless they're your parents, in which case it has to be a healthy dialogue, which is often impossible with your parents, isn't it? Just be firm, let them know who you are, and don't take no for an answer.
There you go.
That's why I have a very turbulent relationship with my parents. Oh, hello,
What's your name?
baby. Hey. Woo.
Hi, my name's Marissa,
Hello.
and my question is, Rose was left with a normal doctor in the end. Was she satisfied with him, or would she rather have been traveling on the TARDIS with the real doctor?
That's hard because it's like answering it as Rose or answering it as me. But I think I would have rather have stayed on the TARDIS and kind of been living in an alternative world with the not real doctor. You know what I mean? It's just like, what?
When you
No,
got a choice,
I'll be
you
on
go
the
on the
TARDIS,
TARDIS.
thank you, where I belong.
They ask you to go on the TARDIS, you go.
Thank you.